Self-running your own camera crew, lighting crew, editing crew, all types of crew. There's no cuts. This is raw. This is filtered. I had to take a break. It was resurfacing again a little bit. Just some old emotions. Anyhow, um, all of that I was so angry at. All of that made me hate so much. All that poison and all those toxins that I was carrying inside was not doing me any good. And if you're watching me and you can't figure out what you're so angry at, and it's like, don't make the mistake that I made for so many years of telling myself, this is just who I am, and this is what I'm gonna be. It doesn't have to be that way. Anger will put your body in a place where you don't want to be. Anger will start attacking your systems, digestive, mainly digestive. You don't need that. And I mean it. I mean it so much because it's to the state where I took myself. I would get so upset that I would have to go to the hospital to get medicated to try to calm the bile in my body down because I was just producing so much of it because of the anger, the discontent, and pointing the finger, blaming others and pointing the finger at others instead of taking responsibility for everything that I had done, for the decisions that I had done. It's tough. It's tough to have to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, man, you dropped the ball because you couldn't budget right. That's hard to say. It's hard to look at yourself in the mirror and say you ended up in a shelter with your family because you didn't have your shit together. But when you get to that point that you can say it, accept it, and say that was my responsibility, I dropped the ball, but now, however, moreover, yet, it can change. So what are we going to do? What are we going to start to look at? Instead of looking at the people outside, we need to start to take a look internally. Yes, I cannot not say that there are not some people that purposely try to get under your skin out there in the world, because there are. But I can say in return, what you do is up to you. You can ignore them, you can block them. Like, are you really going to lower your standards to meet someone down here because they talking? People are going to talk about you regardless. There's people I'm sure that have talked about me doing this because it's like, Michelle, you don't have your life together. How are you going to sit here and make a YouTube channel? Well, it's not together. It's not 100%. I'm not at the finish line. But I've improved. I'm not the same person that I was before. I am still working, and I'm further along than the person that hasn't started yet. So why not do this channel? Why not be the picture of what transformation looks like for someone else that wants it and thinks that it's not possible? Why not be hope? Why not be light in the dark? That, my friends, is what I want to bring with this channel. The Queen of Light Project. Queen because it took me a while to realize that I'm a queen. I come from a king. So I am a queen. I'm royalty. I matter. It took me some time to accept that. I'm special. I'm no different than a beautiful rose that has thorns on the outside, so that when you pick her, you did it the wrong way. It hurt you. Pay attention to what you're doing because I'm fragile. I'm no different than a rock that has to get polished and ends up being a diamond. And you're no different out there. Whether you're a female, whether you're a male, you are no different. You are special, you matter, and you're important. You have to try to figure out what makes you feel loved. And then do that for you. The little child inside of you, you're the babysitter now. You, the adult, you are now the babysitter. How are you going to treat that baby? Because how others treated you when you were a child, you had no control of because you were a child. They were your authority. Now that you're an adult, Are you going to continue to beat the baby up with words, with fear? Not, I want to use the right word. I like speaking in with metaphors and parables and stuff because I want to make sure that the message that I want to say is being understood. I don't want anyone to think that I'm trying to tell them how to think or that they have to change. Again, I'm just speaking on my story because it's the only story that I know. It's the only one I know. So knowing me and knowing that there's so many people out there that are on a similar page because I've heard it. Who are you going to put that responsibility, like whose responsibility is it going to be to make sure that Mickey is going to be okay? It's mine. And it's your responsibility to take care of the baby inside of you. Let's start by figuring out what hurt that child back then. Way back then. And after we figure that out, let's try to identify how in our adulthood life that's showing up again. I promise if you do that small exercise, you'll be able to figure out and remember some things that happened back then. And it's not easy, and I'm not a counselor, and I'm not a therapist, just a disclaimer. This is simply based off of self-education. This is simply based off of my own personal research to start my own personal transformation. And no, I'm not there yet. And being positive doesn't mean that I'm never going to have a bad day. Bad days happen. It's just how I respond to them. It doesn't mean that I don't get, because I'm recording and posting videos, it doesn't mean that I don't get to be human. I am human. You are human. But what it does mean is that we have to give us the chance. Give ourselves the chance to do and be the best, to be the best version of you. To be it. You know? If you honestly, genuinely feel like, hey, you know what, there's just, I don't know, there's something about me, I can't figure it out. You gotta figure it out. You gotta figure it out. If you feel that there's something about you that has to change, nobody else, not a boyfriend, not a girlfriend, not a mom, not a dad, you're your own self. You are your own self. You need to get to know yourself. You need to get to love yourself. I had this conversation with my teenage girls the other day, and it's like, you gotta love yourself, because it's like, you can't go around dating. You don't know what type of person you want to date yet. You don't even know what type of person you are. Can you answer what makes you happy? Can you answer what's your philosophy about life? Can you answer what the standards are that you want your partner to have? And if you can't answer those questions, then you're not ready. Do you really love yourself? Not vanity. Not I love myself because I do my lashes and I do my hair and I always look sharp. That's not loving yourself, because I know people that look impeccable on the outside and hate themselves. I know people that think the whole world is out there to get them because they're insecure still about some things. I was one of them for a couple of years. It took some time for me to really get raw with myself, because even when I thought at first that the transformation was really happening, it was nowhere near what I thought. I thought I was done. And then I left New Jersey and came to Texas, and guess what happened? Yeah, more stuff. There was still more things that kept slapping me in the face. It was like the universe said, you're not done. You're not done. And it kept coming back around. There were so many things that had to be addressed. There were so many paradigms that I had to realize that I was programming my children with. Like, whoa, wait a minute. I'm sitting here telling the world, yeah, go for your dreams, do what you want. But then I was trying to stop my 17-year-old from going to the National Guard, and that's really what she wanted. And I'm like, no, my daughter, I can't let you serve, the president, And it hit me like aha. How can I possibly be telling every other woman out there, woman empowerment, let's go, you can do it, and I'm trying to stop my own kid? Wow, there was still more. And there's still more that's going to come up, and I'm so excited that I have this now, and the audacity, I was going to use other words, the audacity to record and post and not care. And whew, I feel like I did a lot of bouncing around there, but it still stands. It's my responsibility to take care of baby Michelle, and this is me doing that. She always wanted to help other people. So here we are. Guys, this was part 3 of the first video. I will be uploading more videos soon. Please share, subscribe, and refer a friend. Love and light.